Good day. Thank you for your interest in Kumba's full year results. It's hard to believe that I am already at the end of my first year at Kumba. It's been a year full of challenges and successes. We navigated headwinds and achieved a solid set of results thanks to the hard work and commitment of our people. Their safety, health and well-being is always our highest priority. Therefore, before we go into our 2022 annual results, I share with great sadness that last week Monday, we had our first fatal accident in over 6.5 years. Tragically, last week Monday, the 13th of February, a member of our service partners drilling team was fatally injured at our Anglo mine. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends and colleagues during this difficult time. We know that mining can be dangerous, but it shouldn't be. This is not our Kumba way. Our sacred covenant is that our colleagues should return home safely to their loved ones each and every single day. We are committed to zero harm and are doing everything we can to eliminate fatalities and foster a safe operating environment. Looking at the macro operating context, 2022 has been marked by several external headwinds which had a significant impact on our business. Volatile iron ore markets have made planning difficult, particularly with an overall reduction in prices following the changes to the COVID policy in China and the weakening macroeconomic outlook. Increased energy prices following the war in Ukraine also put pressure on costs, while disruptions across the global supply chain and logistics corridors added to input costs, along with planning and operational challenges. In South Africa, we've also experienced increasing disruption from erratic weather patterns and severe logistics constraints, which have put real strain on planning our production and sales. While we can't control external factors, we believe there is much scope to be optimistic as we continue to focus on what is within our control and to capitalize on our enduring competitive advantage, our high-quality product, and decarbonizing our value chain to meet the global demand for green steel. Now turning to some of the highlights from last year, we delivered a solid set of results and we have built good momentum to carry us in the year ahead. Our adjusted EBITDA of 37.3 billion rand and attributable free cash flow of 10.4 billion rand are the result of a combination of a much weaker pricing environment, lower sales volumes, and higher input costs due to macro impacts. Our EBITDA margin, although down from last year, continues to be strong at 50%. Despite a volatile market, we realized an average price of $113 per ton. This was 13% above the benchmark price, reflecting the demand for high-grade iron ore. C1 unit costs of $40 per ton were slightly up on the prior year due to lower production, which was partly offset by a weaker rand. We also continue to focus on cost-saving initiatives, achieving 1.1 billion rand of savings against our target of 1 billion rand for the full year. As ever, we are committed to creating enduring stakeholder value, and we are pleased to declare a final dividend of 5.2 billion rand. This brings Kumba's total shareholder dividends to 14.5 billion rand for the year. In addition to this, our empowerment partners will receive a total dividend of 4.7 billion rand for the year. Moving on to our safety and sustainability performance. As you know, safety is non-negotiable, and when high potential incidents and lost time injuries started increasing, we implemented a safety reset intervention focused on risk reduction as well as culture and behavioral change. We continue embedding our Elimination of Fatalities program. We also continue to support our employees with health and wellness programs, as well as providing support for mental health. We have now had 3 consecutive years without occupational diseases and have seen a reduction in exposure to occupational hazards. We have also made good progress with an increase in average HIV viral suppression rate from 90 to 93% and a reduction in non-occupational TB cases. On the environmental front, I'm pleased to report that in 2022, we marked over 7 years of zero environmental incidents. Our ambition is to reduce our Scope 1 and 2 emissions by at least 30% by 2030 and to achieve carbon neutrality by 2040. Our area of differentiation is in climate change, where both our work to cut our emissions as well as the quality of our product are set to help others manage their emissions. Our FE qualities and lump to fine ratio are significantly ahead of our peers. This positions us well in the market, especially with the increasing focus on decarbonization and green steel, where increasingly green and premium products will give us a competitive advantage. A healthy environment means that we can create a more sustainable world, which brings me back to our value creation. We continue to create enduring value of 64 billion rand for all our stakeholders, with a combined tax and royalty contribution of 8.9 billion rand to the fiscus, as well as 19.2 billion rand paid in dividends to shareholders. Capital investment of over 10 billion rand further supports the sustainability of our business and the life of our assets. Our local host communities in the Northern Cape benefited from 5.4 billion rand of procurement spend. Altogether, we spent about 18 billion rand with BEE, business suppliers, thereby making a significant contribution to the economic transformation of the Northern Cape region, where we employ 79% of our employees. As part of the Anglo American South African education program, I'm also pleased to report that in 2022, almost 81% of our participating high schools in our host communities performed well above the national pass rate, and 2 schools were in the top 20% nationally. Since 2018, we have also supported over 29,000 jobs off-site through various initiatives. Our goal is to support 5 off-site jobs for every 1 on-site job by 2030. Looking ahead, our clear priority is to deliver on our full year 2023 guidance and unlock the full potential of our core while operating safely and responsibly. Our Tswelelopele strategy has successfully created value over the last 5 years and provides a solid foundation for the next phase of value delivery. Through Tswelelopele, our EBITDA margin increased to 50% as we focused on enhancing our price premium and realizing an average price premium of $3 per ton during the 5-year period. We achieved this while containing C1 unit costs at $40 per ton and by delivering 5.2 billion rand of cost savings and focusing on improving operational efficiencies. Through our 3 pillars of efficiency, technology, and exploration, we brought an additional 323 million tons of additional reserves. We are currently refreshing our strategy, and the next phase is focused on addressing the mega trends having the most influence. The focus of the next phase of delivery will be enabled by realizing the full potential of our core and ensuring that we are appropriately positioned for a sustainable future. A crucial aspect of this future is the green transition that is driving demand for our premium ore. On the logistics front, we need to quickly improve the competitiveness of the logistics channel. Thus, we welcome the white paper on rail, as we believe that private sector participation in the port and rail networks is critical. This will benefit all stakeholders, including government, emerging miners, and the communities that depend on it. I want to reiterate that we are committed to continued collaboration with Transnet and our industry peers to ensure the success and sustainability of the logistics network. Our performance in 2022 has confirmed that we have a good set of fundamentals in place for value delivery. We have premium quality, high value assets with life extension opportunities, which positions us well for future growth. This is supported by our proven operational resilience, strong marketing team, and efficient and prudent capital allocation. In closing, I would like to thank our Kumba employees and contractors for their hard work and commitment, the board for their leadership and guidance, and our partners and stakeholders for their continued support. Thank you.